and welcome to workout number 7. You made it to week 3. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you and so glad you're here. For today's workout, we're going to be using our saddle pad, our mounting block, and 2 small buckets filled about 1/4 of the way full with water. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with a good morning exercise. So the way we do this is we stand with our feet about hip width apart, knees are soft, and we're going to press our hips away and then come back up. So you're pressing your glutes back, keeping your back nice and straight, and we can modify it for equestrians and reach forward as we do this, because this is a motion that makes sense and is sport specific for us as riders. Now, when we do this, you are also going to be engaging your abs. So this is a total core workout. Even as it's using your hamstrings and your glutes, you also want to make sure that you're keeping your midsection nice and stable, pulling that navel into spine so that you don't fall out of this or put the work into your back. We never want to put the work into our back when we're doing an exercise where it really should be supported by our abdominals. So great job on that. We're going to go right into a twist exercise on top of the mounting block, and this is like the crunches we do, but today we're going to be twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting and holding it here. Now if you need to back it down to the modifications that we've done earlier, where you might twist to the middle, come back down, rock back, twist, come to the middle, go to the opposite side, back down, that's perfectly fine. But if you can stay with it today and go the whole time with those legs up, it's really going to challenge you. Again, if you feel it in your low back, definitely modify back down and work your way back up to doing the more demanding part of this exercise. Great job on that. We're going to go right into bucket jacks, where we're going to hold this bucket in front of us as our legs do a jumping jack movement. We're trying to keep our arms nice and loose like we do when we ride, and we're going to try not to get water all over ourselves. So let's go ahead and get started. This is obviously going to get your heart rate up, but really think about independent arms here. Don't keep them stiff. If they're stiff and rigid, you're going to get wet. Just like if your arms are stiff and rigid when you're riding, your horse is probably not going to enjoy that too much. So having soft arms here, even as we increase that heart rate, develop your cardiovascular fitness, and really challenge you to do 2 things at once with good form. A couple more seconds. Whew, good job. Stay here with this bucket because we're going right into a forward lunge and then coming back. You can reach forward with that bucket, come back. Same things apply in this exercise as we've done in the other lunging or squatting exercises, where you're going to keep your toes and knees aligned. You do not need to drop that back leg all the way down. You want to try to make sure that your knee is not coming over that front toe. And good job to that side. Switch legs. Here we go. This also challenges your balance. You can hear that my heart rate is getting up because I'm having more difficulty talking. So you are probably noticing that as well. And that's a great thing because we're going to be fitter and have quicker recovery. So let's say we do a canter set on our horse. We're not going to take forever to recover before we need to do another one. Great job on that. We're going to go right into another leg exercise. You're going to draw your navel into your spine. Again, not sucking in, just pulling it in, and then we're going to just squat as we do a bicep curl. Squat, bicep curl. Squat here, bicep curl. Does not have to be a deep squat. We're trying to notice our form and notice which side we're more challenged to stay balanced with. So if my pink bucket is coming up really high, it may be that I'm using more momentum to lift that weaker side than the green bucket where I can control the movement better. This is just great for body awareness as we're building our biceps. You want your shoulders down, making sure that you're breathing. And last one, great job on that. We're going to go right into a plank exercise, and we are going to come down to the lower step if you're ready for that. And we're going to hold the plank, shoulders over hands, lift the hand, lift the leg, come back. Lift the hand, lift the leg, come back. This is very challenging. You may want to lift the leg first and then the hand. You can play with it and see, is it easier one way than the other, even as you check out which way do I have more trouble balancing. You have to keep your abs engaged. As always, we want to make sure that we're keeping our shoulders not up around our ears. I just had to correct my own. And we're doing this nice work across the body with good form. Great job on that. That was not easy. We're going to go right into a bucket deadlift. So on this motion, on this movement, this is another one where we are pressing our hips away, and we're doing a straight-legged version, and we're just going to bring those hips back forward. So push the glutes back, come back up. You should feel the work on this in your hamstrings. You should not be feeling this in your back. If you're feeling it in your back, don't go as far down, come back up. If you can go all the way down, go for it. I hope that train in the background isn't too noisy. It's not anywhere close, but boy, are those train horns loud. For good reason, I'm sure. But I hope you can still hear me. That's the challenge of filming outside, right where you are. But it doesn't mean we can't work out right where we are. So great job on that. We're going to go right back into the bucket jacks. So here we go. We're going to get into that jumping jack stance, but holding the bucket here, and there we go. You can do this. You're almost done. This is the last hard exercise in today's workout. Good job on this. Try not to get yourself completely wet. Keep those arms nice and loose. Elbows close to the body, but not rigid. Because again, what happens when we're riding if we're stiff and rigid in our elbows? It's not pleasant for the horse. So stay with me. Just a few more seconds. You're doing great. This is the last challenging part of this workout. Stay with me and your body will thank you later. Your horse will thank you later. Okay, great job. Good job on that. All right. Excellent work. We're going to go right into a nice cooling down flexibility exercise here. That was amazing. You made it all the way through. Good for you. Foot on the step and just drop down into a nice lunge here. Lift the arms up and come back. Do another one. Arms come up and come back. Going to do the opposite side. So this is kind of like the warm-up exercise, but we're holding that stretch a little bit longer. Arms come up, really feeling that stretch. And then we're gonna alternate. Left side, right side, left side, right side. Letting that heart rate come back down. Hopefully it's a lot easier now to talk and I'm not gasping as much for breath. So one more here. Great job. Woo. Good job. Go ahead and come into a downward facing dog. You can use that bottom step. Really pressing your hips up, pushing your abs toward your feet. even as we don't let the abs just drop and hang. We still keep them somewhat engaged so we can get that nice stretch through the hamstrings and the Achilles. Walking your feet back up. Go ahead and take a deep breath in, come back up. Arms overhead, exhale, come down, and one more. Exhale. Fantastic job.